Howdy everyone. Hats? Why did I start with the word hats? I think I was trying to say... I have no idea what I was trying to say. Hello. Like, it's all going wrong. Good day. How is everyone doing? How is everyone this Thursday? It's Thursday already, which is a shock. And I'm just like, ah. And Happy New Year. I haven't said Happy New Year to you. This year so far. Happy New Year. Anno and Christian. How do you feeling a lot? Civilox. How's everyone doing? Today might be a shorter stream today. I've been very busy with a bunch of stuff, which is why kind of not a whole lot has been happening on the channel. But I say halfway. I'm partway through editing a video, but yeah, work has been a nightmare. Still having some health issues. I'm organizing a stag do this weekend, so I'm gonna be busy this weekend as well. So I've been really like just pulled to the limits. So got more stuff I need to sort out tonight. So I'm probably gonna. I want to get through these last submissions that people have had. I think there's 7 left. So we're gonna have a good time doing that, and then we'll see how much time I'm how much time is going, and we'll go from there. Yeah, so like in terms of like video stuff from me, it's gonna be slow. Also, I haven't released a video in like 3 weeks. It might be out next week, and then week after that I'm away, so there won't be a stream then either. So yeah, it's just been busy. Had COVID again. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, at least you can paint, as long as you don't cough all over it. Work was tough yesterday. Today's been alright, yeah. Yeah, work for me it's been just draining all my energy. It's been rough. Like as soon as I came, like, you can tell how like brain I am. Very brain. Wow, good brain, good talk. I'm a pile of shame plus some train figures to paint for my granddad plus dirt. Took me so long to work out what DG was. Death Guard. Combat Patrol I bought last Sunday. Nice. Speaking of Death Guard, I actually played against Steve again as Death Guard versus my Thousand Sons. Lost. But I've realised why I'm losing so many games. And I'm going to make a video about that after this one. Because I was going to do a video about the Last Crusade game. But I realised that the reason I lost the Last Crusade game is the same reason I lost this game. I lose like every... I'm losing every game for basically one reason. And I'm kind of trying to work out how to kind of present that. But the next video that come out next week will be... is mostly... the audio's done. Visuals have been started. Obviously, it's just a case of going through... the main thing is as I kind of make more videos, I want to do more of the animation stuff, and that makes it takes longer. Currently priming a tank catalyst stream? Nice. Yeah, I need to do some priming with the airbrush. Very tired, just finished building some relic terminators. Nice. Love the stream avatar, thank you. Yeah, this avatar is fun. It makes me seem a lot happier than I am. I'm not that I'm not. Like, I'm happy. I'm just tired. But I don't think I have a tired... I don't have a tired... Oh, I have a sad version, but I'm not sad. I have an angry version, but I'm not angry. And I have a Space Marine version, but I'm not Space Marine. And I'm not this. I'm not this. None of those things. You rush your long-range units in close quarter combat? Not necessarily long-range units. I think the main thing is rushing. Trying to get a good first turn and putting myself out of position, essentially. When I could play better. Plot self-loathing has expanded. For Christmas I got Talia Vedra. This is Sigma, another mountain spirit for Lumineth. Another kit of Storm Drake Guard for Stormcast. Nice. Make sure to update your audit of self-loathing. Next week I need to build my new desk, so I have space for mini painting. Nice. Yeah, like desk space for me is not that much of an issue. My issue at the moment is time. I painted the Dreadnought, which was fine. Yeah, since then I've just, like, evenings have been, like I say, I've been prepping for this stag do. Work's been sapping my energy. Been trying to work on this video, so just lots of stuff to do. Yeah, gotta love having stream to work on my Legion Imperialis. Yeah, I'm glad. At the very least, I'm glad that at least other people can do stuff whilst I ramble on and make fun of someone's pile of shame. If you want those fast first time Chinese Gene Stock to Tyranids or Dark Elder. Yeah, well, even like at the moment, Dark Elder obviously aren't great. The main thing is like it's not so much that I'm rushing in. Like getting the first strike's not too bad. It's what I try to do is I try to spread too thin. Like basically what happens is I go, oh, I've got an idea. I know my game plan. I need to do X, and then I go, well, I can also do Y and Z. So I'll try and do all three, and maybe I'll do all three, or maybe I'll do two of them. But I'm now completely out of position. And every game that I play, like my first 2 turns are pretty good, and then the momentum fails, and then I'm done, and I'm basically out of the game. Don't play your traitors like they're Dark Elders. I'll play everything like Dark Elder. I'm Brannigan's lore is like Brannigan's love, hard and fast. Well, since you brought up the airbrush, I mean to... I can't see the word behind the stupid heart in the YouTube. I can look on this one. Also, since you brought up the airbrush, I mean to mess with my new airbrush. I don't want to use it on with my handheld compressor, yeah. Yeah, like the airbrush has been interesting. Which is what the next video is about, spoiler alert. It's all about airbrush. Losing meant to have to turn to means definitely suits Gene Suit cults. But here's the thing. I then have to paint and build Gene Suit cults. That seems like a pain in the ass because there's so many of them. I mentioned in the tier list video that the Gene Suit cults do seem very cool. But they're an army that... They're not as complicated as I thought they were, because I thought that the crossfire rule was still part of their main rules. But it's not. That's gone to one of the vehicles, I think. So they're actually not as complicated as I thought, but there's still a lot of them. There's a big horde army with a lot of dudes. Yeah. But the airbrush thing that sucks in the bad air and helps me do a lot of airbrushing. What is the bad air? I need a big boy airbrush compressor. I thought that I was being clever purchasing one from a local department store, then realised those hose don't fit. Ah, right. You mentioned playing a stag. I actually got engaged to my girlfriend in 8 years last week. Oh, congratulations. You'll probably get married before I do. Even though I've been engaged for a number of years. 14? Is it 15 this year? God, actually, might 15 years this year I've been engaged. Because, like with all things, me and my fiancé are very, very slow at getting anything done. These sculpts been made player-friendly decision. Yeah, they do seem a lot more friendly. Obviously, they have the one thing I always find with when I look at when I look at factions that I'm not familiar with. When I look at factions I'm not familiar with, I always get confused when there's so many character choices, and then it's like, okay, that's a lot of character choices. Wait, how old am I again? Good question. 33. Yeah, and I got engaged at 18, so yeah, 33. My brother's engaged right to decade, so we're the same. Yeah, that's the thing. Like most people I know who are smart and got engaged with the plan to get married. They got engaged, and then we're like, okay, the engagement means we start planning the wedding. We didn't do that, and so it got to the point where it's like, well, we're basically married. An airbrush spray. Oh, that thing. I thought you meant like an. I thought you meant like an airbrush. Like an airbrush that like sucked, like as you used it, sucked in the bad air of the room to like filter the room air. I don't know. I don't have one of those either. I've got a mask on that makes me sound really cool. Oh, I just realised I was going to do a joke in the video that I didn't actually do. That's fine. Can't all be winners. I was planning to do a joke where I could still do it. No, I'd have to record extra lines to make it make sense. I'm far too gone for that. Basically, the joke was going to be, oh, you got to make sure you... Oh, maybe I did put it in. Never mind. Oh, if it comes up, it comes up. Crossfire is basically owning onto the vehicle. I don't think you're required to flank the enemy to get the buff. Yeah, it's basically like a... Yeah, it's like... It's the same as in Cursors, where you hit with the incursors first and you get a buff. The exhaustion from building my literal grade Gumpler, the unicorn, has worn off, so now I'm ready for more. That's the other thing. So I think I've kind of got... The good thing about having ideas and not having had time to do them is they've managed to stack up. So I've got, obviously the airbrush video, I've got the idea about doing about charging too hard. I've got one... Obviously, still need to build the other Gumpler, which is going to be another video, so that's 3. And I've got one about doing a custom chapter rules thing. So I've got like 4 ideas in the works. So like videos, I'm not running out of video ideas, so videos will come, it's just getting them sorted. Every time I hear the word Crossfire, I can only think of this weird game commercial. It's the like pinball game. It was called Crossfire. But they had like those little discs of different shapes with the ball bearing in them. And you had to like, and you had to shoot them with ball bearings to knock them into your opponent's thing. It was like Crossfire. That's the thing. Do it as an outtake. It's not so much like as an outtake. I mean, I could do it as an outtake as well. I could be like, hey, here's an extra joke that I didn't put in. The problem is the way my because because of timing, the way my workflow is I do all the recording of the audio first, cut that all in, and then I start doing like the visual gags, because it means that like sometimes I'll add a visual gag to something I didn't even plan. So it actually kind of lets me go through and find jokes twice. I actually re-recorded this entire episode because of the first audio recording was terrible. But it does mean that I find it very difficult to go back and do more audio recording because I'm kind of already stuck in the visual part. So you just marry without tax benefits. I don't even know there are that many tax benefits, to be honest. I think it's more when you have like kills. Jesus Christ, Paul. Kids. That was a slip and a half. Bloody hell. It's just a YouTube pile of idea shame. That's the thing, yeah. I've got a pile of shame of ideas, but some of those ideas require me actually doing stuff in my pile of shame. So like, it's all over the place. Talking about the girls stuff. A girl in my school is now a trainee at my mum's work, and my mum talks about me with her. Any tips to not shit my pants when she comes to me? If you think you're gonna shit your pants, you may have a stomach bug, so I wouldn't talk to her because you don't want to be passing that on to her. Mostly the thing about women and about girls that you got to understand, and this is very interesting true facts, is they're people, and just speak to them like you would speak to anyone. They're not gonna. That's it. You don't need to shit yourself. It's fine. Unless you're ill, in which case you should, seek medical attention. And not shit yourself. But generally, the thing with women is that they are people. Yeah, how to get a girlfriend. Step by step, guys. Step 1, speak to people. Step 2. I don't know. That's kind of how it worked for me. From an old strategy board game called Impact. It's only a piece of 5 missiles. I'm that one I'm not heard of. But apparently Christian has. He has Impact. Here I go kidding her. Yeah, I don't know where kill came from with kid. It ain't the women part that scares me, it's the people part and socialized part that scares me. Now that's a different thing. Step 1, if you have some sort of social anxiety, is seek professional help. I have some level. I've always had some level of social anxiety, but it's much better now. But again, that's kind of age, and kind of having to get a job and doing a lot of that kind of stuff. I still don't particularly like talking to, or I'm still particularly awkward around strangers and stuff. I think it's just a case of like, yeah, socially awkward things it's difficult, and I think I can't help you. Just like keep it simple, and that's the main thing. Don't try and you don't need to practice small talk or anything. Just try and see what happens. Just like, hey, how's it going? You might get it, and if you don't, then oh well. As long as you don't shit yourself. I mean, that is a faux pas, generally. I think if you can avoid that, you're like 90% of the way there. Aura's Fantasy Jack said shit's so hard she's impressed. If you can do that, I think you're onto a win there. But that is high level stuff. And I think that's the key. That's real high level stuff. So I think maybe go with not shitting yourself until you've kind of got that down. And then just the floodgates open. This is not legal advice. Or good advice. Or just any advice. The practice talking about dry romance men, enjoy dating men, women optional? Good question. There's not even a question. Women optional is the question. Depends what you go for. Girls are more scared of you than they are of them or attack wild animals. I feel like the thing about, wild animals being more scared of... It's like, oh, don't worry, like, the animal's more scared of you than you are of them. It's like, bullshit. No, a bear isn't scared of me. A bear's looking at me and going, I could take that spindly fucker. Maybe if it's like a squirrel. Like, a squirrel's probably more scared of me than I am of it. But like a bear or a wolf, they're not scared of me. Yeah, I think to be forced to having forced me to run to 100 because on my first like, yeah, sometimes it's just a case of like, no one likes going outside of their comfort zone, right? Sometimes you just kind of have to be forced into that position. I think that's like for me it was work and having to do like presentations and then speak like having to know what the hell I'm talking about. Doing the worst part is it's always worse in your head. In fact, yeah, like recently, like a few months back, I had to do a presentation to like my fourth up from me management chain, like exec level chain, and I was bricking myself the whole time. But I kind of went in and kind of did my spiel and kind of just, I prepared for it. Obviously, a presentation, whatever. It was only like 10 minutes. But the feedback was really good, and it was like the whole time, obviously, I was worried about it, being anxious about it, having anxiety about it, and then during it was fine and it was over. And again, this is the problem where, like, obviously, when you have those thoughts, if you can avoid them, you will try and avoid that situation, right? Like, if I didn't have to do the presentation, I probably wouldn't have. So, when those situations come up, they're never as bad as you think they're going to be. Again, with the caveat that you don't shit yourself. That's always... I mean, I was working from home, so I could have shat myself in that meeting. They wouldn't have known. But it is always... Just make sure, like, just, Maybe don't even think about that. Because the last thing you want to do is, like, go, alright, just don't shit myself. And then you start talking to them and it's like, that would cause problems. Take that out of the equation. Just... sweeten. I don't know why we've been going on so long about this. I just find the idea of giving good advice and then saying don't shit yourself very funny. But I'm also tired as fuck. What happened? What helped me is writing down what you may be scared of. Yeah, I mean that might help. Again, if social anxiety is a real like issue for you, then definitely seek professional help if you can. But honestly, I don't think it'd be as bad as all that. But again, it's much easier for me to say. It's a lot easier for me to say. Like, just be okay. Just don't be socially awkward. That's such an easy bit of advice to give, which is completely worthless. And I know how worthless that is. I've talked several times about how, like, oh yeah, just do it is terrible advice for someone with ADHD. So, if in doubt, seek a professional. I'm a 2D moving image on YouTube. Clearly, I'm not a professional. Be a woman, she's more scared of you. That is the patriarchy. The patriarchy is me not being able to say the patriarchy. And the other thing as well, like, you know, as nerds, women are less likely to be in these spheres, but at the end of the day, they are all still people. Oh yes, and wear deodorant. Wear deodorant, go outside, don't shit yourself. Those are the 3 core tenets of social interaction, as far as I know. Yeah. I think I may be starting on the train of something near impossible getting a girlfriend. Well, good luck to you. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And the other thing is, you know, yeah, like, you have plenty of time. A lot of my friends, you know, they found each other at work. Well, some of my friends, they found each other at work. You never know when it's gonna happen. So don't try and, like, you don't need to go out and, like, seek it as fast as possible. It just will happen. For me, I got lucky and it happened quite early. For others, it'll happen later. You just gotta kind of be open to it. As long as you're, like, you get an opportunity, as long as you put yourself out there. You don't need to put yourself out there, just get, it's luck, basically. I mean, this is the thing, in-law, is, you know, at the end of the day, you got a friend. You don't necessarily have to be more than friends. Like, just having a friend is always good. And, you know, if you have feelings that they don't, and they don't reciprocate, that's fine. You got a friend at least. Don't push too hard. I got my relationship on. Like, yeah, some people, like, I think I saw a graph of, like, the number of people who, like, met online rapidly increased. But then there's also an interesting statistic because obviously people may not admit to having met online. So it's very much there's a massive spike. Really scared of going to family parties, so advise. Yeah, that's the thing. The advice, be less socially awkward, is useless. It is a joke bit of advice. Yeah, it is tough. Like, being shy and socially awkward is tough. I don't have advice on how to fix it. I think it's just a case of, you know, at some point you will gain confidence, and it will probably be through being forced into it. Like, if you did you mention you were working your mum's work? Yeah, so, like, they might just come up to you and say hello, and then yeah, then you're in that situation and you've got to get out of it quickly. Shit yourself. No, don't do that. High school relationships don't last long as adult relationships. That's very true, yeah. Like, I mean, some of the people who got together at high school, I mean, I'm one of them. Like, me and my fiance, we got together at when we were 16. And I'm 33 now. We've almost been together half our lifetimes, which is crazy to think about. It worked. Yeah, I think that's the option. Maybe don't talk about Warhammer the first day, or do. That's a gambit play. At the end of the day, like, if as long as you don't, like, bore them to death about it, you bring up something you're passionate about, that kind of shows some of your personalities. That might work. The end of the day, you're lonely. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry that's how things are, but yeah, I don't really have anything I can do to help. But I hope things get better. Like, you know, I think you said class. Things get better after school. Like, a lot better. I mean, I did have friends at school, which I'm still friends with now, but that, you know, when it gets better. And I know obviously I can't really relate to potentially your situation, but I genuinely think it does get better. And I think the kind of people who don't think it gets better after high school, that peaked in high school, are kind of crap people. So, you know, just keep doing you. Try and, you know, get through it. Because the thing you got to remember as well is time speeds up very, very quickly. Like, the amount of time things took during school, like school holidays, 6-8 weeks on summer felt ages. And I went to Florida last May, and it's been like 7 bloody months. How's hand grenade go? I haven't started the hand grenade yet. And hello. I saw your message and then realized I hadn't replied to your first message. We're talking about I think we're just talking about relationships and growing up and stuff. I don't know. Just talking about life. And if in doubt, shoot yourself. Hi, Mr. Arson. I'm doing alright. I'm tired. Work's been rough, but not too bad. How are you? Yeah, like the days and weeks, like we're almost, well, I'm gonna say we're almost halfway through January, which isn't too bad. But I feel like we're further through January than we are. For some reason, I feel like even though it's only been 2 weeks of January, I feel like we're really far in, just because I think work has been grim to me. So ever since July, everything's passed by so quickly. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like summers in the second half of the year just goes like super fast. And it's just, yeah. I think it's to the end of January. I don't know if I'll have enough time. Yeah, I mean, this is what it's like I've been sorting stuff out for this stag do, and it's like shit, it's like in 2 days. And then the wedding is like in the middle of February. And I'm like, shit, that's like soon. And that's not even me getting married. Yeah, then there's still 20 days of January, but it doesn't bloody feel like it. But I think also because I'm like, I'll tell you the other problem is one thing that happens when you get older, which is very very unforgiving, is you go, oh, I want to meet up with XY person, or we're going to plan something to do on a weekend. When's my next free weekend? Oh, in 3 months. Shit. Like, we were just looking down the calendar. It's like, oh, okay, so like this weekend I'm away, like next weekend we're away, weekend after that we're away, weekend after that, where it's like just you just start looking. It's like, God, we fill up our calendar so much. I don't even have kids. Like the people, like I've got some friends with kids, and I don't know how they manage it. I think they're insane. But it's just the fact that like you suddenly not only do you got all that shit going on, you then got to look after like 2 children. It's like, how the... I think a girlfriend kind of points when you're still in school and college because of the responsibilities you have to do in that time. I think it's always, I think relationships and responsibilities are always going to be hand in hand. That's I think a thing. Like, you're never gonna have no responsibilities and be like, okay, no responsibilities, time to go find that significant other. But but yeah, it's kind of for kind of school and college, it's a maturity thing, maybe. But I think not pursuing relationships is a mistake. I mean, if they come up and, you know, it's all part of life, right? You gotta give it a go. Yeah, when's my next weekend? 3 months. When there's next? No idea. They never sync up. Although weirdly, we found that like if you just go, I've got quite a larger kind of friend circle around here from people from work and whatever. If you just go like, right, the one time we've tried to plan stuff too for ages, then one weekend someone was just like, right, I'm doing a potluck. Like everyone was available. They just got really lucky. What if we crowdfund the new Combat Patrol magazine subscription? Can we force you to paint all 150 models over the course of the 80 weeks? You can, if you crowdfund the subscription and send it to me, then I'll sell the models for more money. No, yeah. You can't force me to. But it would be nice. I am thinking at some point of maybe starting to try and do some monetization stuff, because work is getting to the point where I'm just like, I might need an exit strategy. It's really bad. Not ready to do a current discussion, but I'm wondering if you will still do a good video about the no nothing no mention. I will be doing something about it. I don't know quite how to do it. Basically, there's a video I want to make, but I don't know how it will go because a lot of the videos of this kind of topic don't do well. Is like I set myself a lot of challenges. Like I did hobby, bingo, Chauncey hat, No Nothing November, Spite, and all of them have a problem with like momentum and trying to solve that. So I might do something around that. I don't know if it'll be about the NNS specifically. I think the other thing is I haven't done anything for January, mostly because I couldn't think of anything. I was too busy. But I think future things of that ilk will probably be like one submission things rather than having it an ongoing thing for the month. Yeah. Something like that. Like I want to do kind of competitions, but not really, because I don't want to have to start dealing with prize money and stuff, because that gets a bit weird in terms of making sure like there's probably like lore and shit around it. And I also don't want to do I don't know. Maybe one idea I did have is basically having like a paint jam. So obviously you have game jams where it's like you got to paint something in like 48 hours. Doing a paint jam might be kind of cool. I've got ideas. That's the main thing. Yeah, taxes and prize money, especially because if from people in different countries as well, that's where it starts to get a bit dicey. Things of the widow class, no. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's sorry to hear that. But again, like I said previously, like again, it gets better. It does. Put it this way. All of you individual people who are currently the weirdo, quote unquote, in the class that no one likes, eventually you all leave school and you all find each other elsewhere, be that university or work. Because obviously everyone in class has their own things they want to do. As soon as you go off to do university or work, you're going to pursue the thing you want to do. You find all the other people like you. So, and that, you know, I've had a bunch of cool friends at university doing computer science, found a bunch of cool friends at my job, or again, computing. All of them are, you know, some of them play Warhammer, play video games, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think the elect man, I think you're right. I think I kind of did want to do like a I do want to do stuff where I can be like, here's like the top 5 and, you know, do them on stream and stuff. And I think like a paint jam would be kind of cool. And I think it'd also help it be like a... Yeah, I've got ideas, and it might not be monthly, because I think a monthly thing is a bit trickier to do, but... Yeah, and that's it. And the main thing I want to encourage is... Because the thing with a game jam... The thing I like about the game jams that I've seen are... There's a theme or something really going for like the creativity aspect. That's what I want. I don't want the well, obviously quality of the work is nice, but I want to encourage people to be creative regardless of skill level. And so I don't want the winner to be like the best painted. I want it to be like, I give you a you know, a certain theme and the most creative or the most interesting, even if you don't finish it. I'm even going to say, like, if you don't finish it, but I think a lot of game jams are weekends. Obviously, not for people working 9 to 5, that's fine, but obviously people don't work 9 to 5, that's different. That is quite a tricky thing, so it might be that I do like a month-long... I don't know. I need to work out how I do it in my head. And so I know I mentioned that people said about Patreon, I think, and having an extra strategy from current career. I'm I might at some point do that. But again, I don't want to set up a Patreon and have people sign up for it without, like, you know, maybe like a $1 or $1 £1 tier of just like, if you just want to support me, do this. But I do want to, if I'm going to do something where it's like more than one, I'd want to actually provide something more interesting. But then again, I don't have time for that. So that's why I haven't really looked into it. Maybe I'll start off with doing just like a £1 YouTube membership or something. But I don't want to start doing that until at least April because of tax year stuff. So that'll probably be when I start looking at it. Oh yeah, and there's a Discord bonus. I don't even know what I'll do in a Discord bonus. You get to find out where the grommet mugs are. Because there's still 2 missing. 2 grommet mugs are still missing. And yeah, I could do different, like you said, like do different like you know, best conversion, best paint job, best idea, best green, best base. I don't know. Currently in the process of applying some masters in data science. Gonna be full of weirdos like myself. Yeah. I mean, half of them probably will have plastic crack editions. You know, I played my first D&D game with people I found from my placement. Very, very simple. Yeah, to be fair, some of the grommet mugs that are missing are very difficult. Paint your model with soy sauce. I don't want to make anyone ruin their models. Just do a £1, have a Discord bonus thing. Yeah, I've read that one already. I don't know what I read that. Judging criteria is how well did you follow the assignment as opposed to how much technical proficiency do you apply. Yeah, essentially. So it's like if so for a game jam, let's say it's like the ones I'm really thinking of, like Game Maker's Toolkit ones, because they're really interesting in terms of like they give a very simple, very simple theme, like reversal. And then you think, okay, what's reversal like? Going backwards or flipping concept? And it's judged. Obviously, there's judgment based on like the actual quality, because if a game doesn't work, game doesn't work. But the actual criteria is more around actually the intelligent use and intelligent way you present that idea. So, for example, if I said like, trying to think of one. Well, let's even give that example. Reversal. If I said I'm going to give you this weekend, by the end of the weekend, I want you to have painted something with the theme reversal. And what ideas does that give? You could try doing a kit bash of someone. Like, I'll give you the what I'd probably do is I'd give you the theme like a day or so before, in case you need to get parts, because obviously it's different to a game jam where you have to actually like the game jam you can just start writing code. With a paint jam, I imagine you might need a bit more time to prepare. Yeah, something like reversal, you think like, what could that mean? I don't even know. Like, you do one where you do the negative of a like, you take an ultramarine and you do the you take a photo of it, turn it negative, and then paint that. Reversal, like you do a demon prince that is going back, being undemon princed. But again, that's probably more around building. And it's not like it's not set in stone. Is what I'm saying. Outtakes and maybe videos are done and people can see them and don't need to wait. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, is like having previews and stuff. The one problem I have with outtakes is the one thing I need to do is stop deleting the outtakes, because I talk loads. I'm doing the talking and I go, I messed it up. Do I just delete it and redo it again? If I kept, the problem is if I kept all those, the recording would be like 5 times as long, because I stumble over my words all the time. And yeah, people's name in the video credits, that's a one as well. That's easy. Yeah, one of them could be quite interesting. Like, do the craziest thing. Like, go to your Games Workshop store, get them that month's free model, and go hog wild, like the most insane paint job you could think of. It could be stuff like, you know, some quite interesting ones would be monochromatic. Like you have to paint it monochromatically, or limited palette. I think a lot of it would kind of down more like art type stuff, so limited palettes would be interesting. That's all I got. Limited palette. Yeah, you can tell how cooked this idea is. Limited palette over palette, like you've got to do like at least 7. I don't know. No washes, only big tools. Yeah. But then again, the thing with that is, it's like you need to give it needs to be something that gives enough creative freedom without pushing people into a certain way, right? So like using certain tools, it's kind of like you're going to get the same stuff. It's just going to take longer. Putting in the description with combat patrols. I think it's starting. I think it's a trial. It's the next magazine after Imperium. It's basically the combat patrol, a bunch of combat patrols. Have to paint it with your feet. Yeah. Yeah, you can only throw paint from at least 50 meters away to paint it. You can only paint if you answer trivia questions from a magical unicorn who speaks in riddles. You know, all of those kind of things, which are crazy. Because I don't want to, because the other thing as well, if it's going to be like a paint jam, which is only going to be like over a weekend or a small period of time, it's got to be something that people can get on and do straight away. So like, if I give you an idea, you go, oh, I've got a really good idea. Now I need to go and actually like, but I need to buy X, Y, Z, and you're like, okay, well now it's taken up so much time. I don't know. Only paintball. That's a great idea. Yeah, everyone go get a paintball gun. And if you're an American, use a real gun. Just start shooting at the bastard. Modern mini with old scheme. Yeah, that's a good one. It could even be like the other thing. It could be stuff where it like not even a paint jam, but like a paint, like a practice challenge, like to get people to kind of practice stuff. So that's the other idea. Is stuff like okay, I want you to paint whatever you want, but everything has to be edge highlighted. And I don't care, like, you know, at that point it's not even really a competition. It's just like, go paint a model, edge highlight everything, like as best as you can, and then show it off. Because I think that might help with, you know, getting people to encourage people to kind of. I'm shifting really far to the right, so my avatar's going a bit weird. Like, you know, gives people a chance to, what was that? Yeah, gives people a chance to practice it without feeling like they're going to have to practice on something they want to do. Yeah, that could be a good one, actually. Kind of a... Well, not quite speed paint during a stream, but essentially I'm giving you... I speed paint a model, and I say you have to paint a model as fast as that. Not faster, not slower, as close to that speed as you can. Maybe, something like that. Like, you got to try and get close to it. The other one I just thought of was... you can choose any color scheme you want. However, if your color scheme is the same as someone else's, you're disqualified. So if you're like, okay, I need to choose a color scheme that no one else is going to think of, but not obviously, I don't know, something silly like that, justify it somehow. I don't know. That's starting to get into like Taskmaster-esque kind of stuff. Paintball plus tequila. Yes, that's the way to do it. But yeah, like there's also like Taskmaster ideas. Like instead of it being more of a paint jam, like Taskmaster ideas of like painting painting something about every 10 minutes you have to change color every 10 minutes. If you're not finished with the color, you have to come back to it later and it gets you can only change color after 10 minutes, something like that. Yeah, make a model with paper, make a model out of a sprue. There's ideas there, but again, it's kind of formulating those and getting the time to do that to make it not one shot for every color change you use is interesting. Yeah, black and white is like a monochromatic. Yeah, and then stuff that's like, I want to see you do some like edge highlighting. I want to see you do some OSL, non-metallic metal. Right, channel plus has poster color. You have to paint using that primary color, and then the previous person. Great channel, person has poster color. You have to paint the model using the primary color of the previous person. So everyone would just paint the same color, right? Because a person has poster color, and you have to paint the color of the previous person. Everyone's just gonna paint the same color. Just got how many source sources we've seen so far? None, because we've been talking for 45 minutes. I've not actually got round to the thing I need to do. Oh, everyone posted a color. Oh, I see. You just open a channel, everyone just posts a color, and then whatever the previous person who posted was, you then use. I thought it was like, person one says a color, you go away and paint something of that color, and then the next person has to paint something of that previous color. But obviously, that then means everyone just paints the same color. Don't clean your brush. The problem with that one is you'll start ruining the rest of your paints, right? One brush, no water. Yeah. That's what you're going to get with the color schemes. One is red with bright yellow, and the other is red with gold. Well, that's where that one would have to be like some sort of justification, because it could even be like, I did red and yellow, but I did yellow trim red armor, and someone else did red trim yellow armor. I don't know. Secret Santa color scheme is a good idea, actually. That's how someone painted humanities only food and other condiments. I had an idea for a video, which is a really, really stupid video, which was attempting to paint blindfolded. Yeah, right, I get you. Yeah, Lozo. I thought it was a case of you like, person one posts the color, and then yeah, person one posts a color, then the next person has to go, okay, that color was blue, I'm gonna go paint something blue and post it, then the next person has to copy that, but obviously that would be blue all the way down. I like the idea of everyone just post. I like the idea of basically it's like, I open the channel and you've got a minute to write a color in there, so that you can't like wait for a color you want to do, and after 1 minute you've entered, then that's it. I think might be getting let out of hand. Want to focus on some of the basics like flying infantry, special units. Word of the month goes to, yeah, that's the other, like, I like the idea of, I like throwing ideas around. This is what I do a lot with my kind of video ideas, is just throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and see what sticks. One thing I do is I always don't shoot yourself. I do go a bit far sometimes. Like I definitely take things to the extreme when I come up with ideas. Like Chauncey's hat is a great example of me just over committing to a far too broad scope when a simple solution would have sufficed. So yeah, I mean there's ideas of like, I think that I'm having a nice mix and, you know, see what works. But like, yeah, flying infantry specialist unit. I like the idea of like a word. Like, I wonder if I can do this. Right, random Random word. Generator. Okay. So, number of words, 1. All types. Word. Okay, so the word I got was hour, as in like 1 hour, hours and minutes. If I gave you the word hour, like HOUR, what would you do? Let's say I said, okay, you've got 48 hours to paint a model with the theme of hour at 1 hour. What would you do? Maybe minis have battle damage or minis missing right arm or something. Yeah, that's like battle damage is a simple one. Yeah, I like the idea of like people trying. So the thing that I think I like the idea of that is you take one model that you're not like planning to paint, or you find a model that you've got like 40 hours, you might as well paint something and try something new. That means you're not going to be ruining it. Like, you don't have to worry about like whatever. Yeah, hourglass, Sons of Horror, scarabs, time manipulative T-Suns holding an hourglass, color going down. Logos with the hourglass. Yeah, so like, a few different ideas there. So it'd be interesting to give that to a bunch of people and see what they come up with, and then like the idea there is that the kind of the winner is the person not necessarily maybe with the best execution, but with the best idea. So it could be that like the theme, you say hour, it's like I only changed colors every hour, or I'm not very good at this at my own game. What would I do? Hour. Yeah, I don't know. That was a difficult one. That is difficult. Let's try it. Okay, maybe we should just do. Let's do 10 words and find a good one. Okay. Fragment. Fragment's a good word. Like, fragment gives you a lot more choices because you do like a fragment of like, there's fragments of things like, the Catans or whatever. But hour to paint the multiple text modes, maybe have someone crumble something. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Dying Soldier has an hour left. Blood forms. Yeah. Good ideas. But like fragment is good because you do like, okay, I only do like a fragment of I do a model which is a fragment in the lore, or I do a model with a fragment of it, colored, or all those kind of things. There's a lot of ideas to play around with here, and I think maybe I'll sort that out. We'll look into it more. Yeah, I need to think of themes that are both like there's like 3 different categories here. There's like you've got 48 hours to go and do some sort of like painting technique to practice, so edge highlighting, OSL, dry brushing. That's one category. You got a second category of stuff like kind of simple but more open challenges, either single words or just say something flying, or one idea I had for October was like the most orcish thing that's not an orc. Those kind of challenges. And then the third kind of challenges are the more like interesting or I guess unique ideas of like monochromatic, that kind of stuff. Monochromatic, inverted, you can only use one brush, you've got to do it standing on your head, that kind of thing. 48 hours is too short, but a month way too long. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I think the idea would be that the whole, I guess, if quote-unquote event would be a month long, where it's like you have X amount of time to do it, I then judge it for an amount of time, and then there's a results at the end. So game jams are 48 hours, but there's obviously the thing I think they're 48 hours. They're usually like a weekend. They usually start on like the Friday evening and end on the Sunday evening. Because obviously I'd want to give it a go as well. So obviously I don't think they'd be monthly. They'd maybe... I think they'd be fairly infrequent to be able to give myself time to do it, judge it, make a video about it. And I don't want that to be a cycle constantly, because that's going to be too much extra on top of trying to do videos and streams. Thursday to Thursday could work. Like quarterly, maybe. Like a spring, summer, autumn, winter challenge each year could work. And Thursday can make sense, because what I could do actually is reveal it at the end, like reveal the theme at the end of a Thursday stream, and then obviously the next Thursday will be like right towards when it's finishing, and then if people haven't done it by then. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the thing with game jams is, I think, because they're more open, it's like some people just aren't gonna be available for game jam, right? Like, I think it's just a case of like sometimes you might not be available if it's a shorter time. But I don't want it to last a whole month, because I also feel like if it lasts a month, then I've got a month's worth of submissions that I need to sort out, and then after that it's like a month worth of submissions, and then I'm already going into the next month's thing, and I've still got to try and sort the first one out. So I think I like the idea of maybe doing it quarterly and having it last a week, because I also think it's potentially unfair to do it over a weekend, because I know some people work weekends because they're not 9 to 5 Monday to Fridays. That makes sense. Like, well, I remember comment of the week. I remember comment of the week. I stopped doing it because I realized that I probably couldn't put a video out every week, so I couldn't get comments every week. I enjoyed doing comment of the week, but I think, again, maybe comment of the month. But again, I don't keep track of the comments as much as I would like. There's just comments that do make me laugh. Yeah, if it was a month, it'd be a lot of judging. I think a week is doable. And I think if it's quarterly, I think it means if you, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's, yeah, comment of the week I enjoyed, but yeah, it was definitely tricky to keep on top of. Yeah, so I think quarterly for a week, because I think if it's quarterly for a week, that gives me essentially 3 weeks to judge it and then kind of make a video about it. And Thursday to Thursday means I can reveal the thing on the Thursday at the end of the stream, and then talk about it on the next Thursday. I'll look into that. I think it'll be better than doing the monthly things. I think the monthly things were interesting, but I need to make a video about why that didn't work. So I'll probably make a video about that when I talk about the paint jams I'm going to start doing. I'm going to call them paint jams because I have no better ideas. How long has the channel been up? Big fan of casual Warhammer discussion. I started this channel September 2022. It's been a year and like 5 months, almost a year and a half. Yeah, that's the other thing. I think the monthly thing, the monthly things work for what they were trying to do, which was encourage people to paint. But I had no real end goal for it. And I want to encourage... So the main thing with those things was like... the main thing with the monthly things was I was trying to encourage people to kind of paint by, you know, spite or Know Nothing November. Just kind of fun ideas to get people to post stuff in a different channel. Problem is I'm already way behind on the completed channel stuff, and there was no way I'll be able to review all of the stuff. And I think, yeah, if I do it once a quarter for a week, and I can participate in them as well, that will also encourage me to paint. Because that's the other thing, I wanted to encourage myself to paint. And both Spite and No Nothing November were very good at getting me to paint for about a week. That was the thing. Is if I actually look at kind of the submissions as well from those, like after about a week, they were dropping off. And I think doing this, I think from that, learning from that, I think giving people a week is good because it doesn't drag on too long. It also doesn't it doesn't drag on too long, and it doesn't make me have to think of 12 different things throughout the year, and I think it'd be more fun, and it means I can judge things and actually kind of show off people's stuff much easier. Because that's the thing, like if I'm going through like the No Nothing November stuff, that means I'm not going through the completed stuff, which is also stuff I always want to show off on streams. And it also kind of can kind of freeze streams up a bit more. I think the idea would be that, yeah, I'd make a video like, hey, I'm doing a paint jam. This is what the idea is. The first one will be whenever, it will be the winter one or whatever. And then we'll do them quarterly. I'll participate in them, and then part of the video for completing it would be I'll show them what I did, what my idea was, and then what other people's idea was. Does that sound reasonable? I think that sounds reasonable. I can make, oh yeah, I can make a poll. Thank you for reminding me about that. Poll. Start a Q&A, that's what we're doing. Start a poll. Does that sound reasonable? No, I didn't spell reasonable right, I couldn't be bothered to change it. And if you don't know what we're talking about, then fine. But if it says no, I end the stream. To be fair, this has been a weird stream. I wasn't expected to be talking for an hour. I was expecting to actually do something. Not that I'm complaining. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Is like the monthly challenges were good. But like you say, obviously Spike didn't do much for you, but you pushed yourself with a No Nothing November, and I think that's fine. Like what I'll probably do, is I'll probably do No Nothing November again. I might make that yearly. No reason not to. But obviously, I think the caveat being that it's probably not going to be something that I like do anything with. So the proposition, the proposal, is that they are quarterly challenges. They last a week, based on a certain theme, and they can be of a variety of different things. So, you know, the kind of stuff we discussed, any of those things. I'll participate in it. I will make videos about them. I'll make videos about the whole concept. And then yeah, I'll reveal on the week of it. I'll tell you what dates they are on the week of it on the stream. At the end of the stream, I'll tell you what the theme is. You then got 1 week to do something with that theme. I'll do it as well, and then it'll end at the end of the next Thursday stream. That then gives me plenty of time to judge it, make a video about it, and there'll be a winner. Or like, maybe not even a winner. I think what would probably be is like, here are my 5 favorite ideas, and you get a shout out and it shows off your work. And then we do that quarterly. It does not necessarily mean that the monthly things go away. I just think the monthly things will then become more of a side thing. So like I say, No Nothing November might come back. We just have to breaking point and beyond for No Nothing November because I felt like I owed it to knock myself with the entire server to finish something. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't. Yeah, obviously I want to encourage people to paint, but I also don't want to encourage people to like. How can you paint after a topic in a stream and people can figure out what it is? That's interesting. The main thing is that painting on stream is difficult. I need to work out a way to paint on stream. Because the problem with painting on stream I have at the moment is, one, I'm using the camera for this fancy show-offy thing. And 2, the last time I did painting streams, I always pulled my painting, like, you can see how, whoa, way back. Pulled my painting back, like, really far, like, close to my, close to my chest when I was painted, and obviously the camera isn't there. And I can't really paint. I mean, I'm doing the hand gestures when you can't see them, because my hands are stick figures. I can't paint like that. I mean, I could, but it's difficult. Like, I like painting up here, so I need to find a camera angle, like, over my shoulder. And that's a lot of stuff. But that's not a bad idea. Like, hinting about it during the thing might be fun. But I also want to give myself some time to... That's going to be the other thing, is... Obviously, I'm going to know the topic for other people, so I'm going to have more ideas to... I'm going to have some ideas with it. I mean, the other thing I could do during those painting streams, or not painting streams, during the paint jams, because I can plan when they are each quarter, I can plan them around when I'm available, or more likely to be available. And so I can probably do more streams during that time. Because obviously I stream once a week, but I could stream more. I think because it's quarterly, I feel like if I did these monthly, I'd run out of ideas, and I think I'd probably run out of momentum. I think eventually they'll start getting like... I think doing them monthly would be too often for people to care about them. I think quarterly is a good amount of time. Okay, I'm gonna have to write some stuff down. I've been rambling. I've been rambling about this, but actually doing any. I need a pen. I've got so many pens on this list. I never find them when I need one. Where's the pen? One sec. There's a pen. Let me write this down. Paint jam. So that's the thing. I need to find time in my schedule, in my very busy schedule. Paint jams. So like the first one would be like. True, I could rewatch the stream. Speaking from experience, I chose to paint an army full of models not made of plastic but fully details. But at the same time, if I picked simpler armies and sarcastic kits, I wouldn't solve the problem. But I wouldn't solve the problem if I put pressure on myself and make them a goal public. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like obviously, yeah. Making your goal, I think that was the thing in Know Nothing November. Making the goal public and then attempting to meet it, and then obviously not meeting it could cause, you know, because I didn't meet my goal either. And I think that's kind of where these paint jams coming in from. I don't want it to be... I want to encourage people to do stuff, potentially do stuff outside their comfort zone, try new things, but I obviously don't want it to be the cause of, you know, annoyance or anguish or whatever. And I think paint jams are a good way of doing it, because game jams work quite well. And I think making paint jams is fun. So let me look at dates. So if we're doing quarterly, it'd be like, it'd be basically March, June, September, and December. Or it'd be seasonal, where it'd be... I guess January would be the winter one. December is no-go, I think you're right. So we don't want to do one, because if we do it quarterly, then March gets you in December. I think maybe like, because that's the thing as well, is like you don't have to participate in every single one. Like if you don't like if you don't have the time, or you don't like the thing, don't like the prompt, they don't have to participate, because there's no real like there's nothing like major that goes on, right? Yeah, so 3, 6. Could be 2, 5, 8, 7. Or 3, yeah, or 3. I mean, the other thing is we'll see how the first one goes. I'll say it's quarterly, but if the first one's crap, I'll just drop it. Or maybe not after the first one. Maybe give it a couple. But I do like this idea of paint jams. I think that is more interesting and potentially more involved than the monthly challenges. The monthly challenges will kind of just basically like encourage people to paint with a different theme. And I had an idea for January, which was like New Year's resolutions, bullshit, just paint whatever. But I think paint jams have more bite to them. Anyway, I'll think about it. Also, if you have any ideas and stuff, you know, send messages over. I'll, you know, we'll post it in video discussion or whatever. If we have any other ideas. Right, I did not think that this stream would go the way it would. I was honestly not expecting to have such a long conversation. I think most people said it sounded reasonable, so I think that sounds fine. 88% reasonable. I'm happy with that. I was actually going to do something today, and I didn't actually do it, so it's actually going to be next week. I might have to change the thumbnail to be, like, not this one, because, yeah, I was going to do the reviews, but I don't have time. I honestly didn't think we'd be talking for so long, and then, you know, I'd have time to do them, because there's only, like, 7 left, but I actually do have to go pretty soon. Shoot more, it's chill topic. Yeah, I'm happy to chill and chat. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. Like we normally do at the start of a stream. It's normally like half an hour. We've been speaking for like 80 minutes. Consider playing some old 3rd edition models. I'm gonna have some. Like I've got some of my first models. I can have a look at that. That might be quite an interesting one. You know, that's a really good idea. Paint your first model. But whatever your first model is, paint that theme again. Your pizza is here. Did I miss anything last 2 minutes? Not a whole lot. But I'm gonna head off. Unfortunately, like I said, it was gonna be a shorter stream, and I do have some stuff I need to sort out tonight. I'm sorry I didn't get around to the the hobby thingies. Hobby desk review stuff. I'll do that next week. No, well, yes, I'm here next week. And I'll be able to stream longer. So thank you everyone watching. If you did enjoy this, go and like, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Etc, etc. There'll be hopefully video either next week or towards the end of next week. So till then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.